All right, Elite Code 3, let's do a PSA order. This would be a PSA 20-day preferred order, and we've got about 30 cards. These were shipped off February 2nd, so just a shade under 10 months. You know, very, very slow. It doesn't really matter what anybody says or complains about. I think PSA knows at this stage in the game that they've got control of the market, the secondary market, and they can kind of take however much time they want on these orders. And if you're going to send a PSA, then you're going to wait. And that's the way it is. So I don't really care that it took that long. $22 a card. We've got a nice batch of stuff to look at here. So we'll start off with baseball. Let me show these sheets real quick. This is what I'll be referencing in the video. So I've got all the cards in the order. Then to the right, I've got the grades. So you kind of see what I'm talking about when I say this is what I had the card as. And these are just unbiased grades of the cards when right before I sent them off. This is the grade I thought the card was. Here we go. Got the Acuna. That's the Bowman Chrome. That's a nice one. $4.99. That was marked as a 9+, so that could have gone either way. This one as well could have gone either way. I think this border's too thin, but I'd have to compare it to some other ones, and I'm sure I'd find a bunch of 10s that look just like this. So this one could have been a 10, and that just shows, like I've said in every video for the last like 10 years, the how close 9s and 10s are, especially on the ultra modern stuff. Basically, flipping a coin on some of these cards. Burrow, this one was centered pretty nicely. You know, back then for $22 a card, I thought it was worth a roll of the wheel of PSA, and it got a 9, which is good. Probably not much value gained overall on that one. It's a card I've been grading for about a decade. I've seen a ton of copies of this. So this has the white, which is common with this set. So I definitely understand this card is an 8. Makes total sense. The 2000 Bowman Brady, I'm not going to say flagship because I typically only say flagship for the top stuff. This was an 8+, so I don't know. I really don't know why or how it got a 10, but it did get a 10 from the grader. The grader thought it was a 10, I guess. But the flip side of that is that nobody talks about is when cards like this are getting graded up. That means cards that likely deserve a 10 are can get 8s and 9s as well. So that's something I think about when I'm doing this a lot. Probably too much. Top Star Supernova Silver. You know, this will probably be an 8 or a 9. It's got a weird like surface residue. It's like it's almost I don't know how to explain it. It's just not perfectly clean. But this is the silver to 75. The back's got some edge chipping, so I think it's fair in an 8. They don't typically do the half grades. They do offer an 8.5, but they don't typically utilize it. It's probably an extra step to type that 0.5 in, so just skip it. What's next? Okay. The rainbow foil. This was marked as a 9.5. It came back at 10. So, again, could have easily been a 9. And if this was snapped out and sent in again, I'm sure if you sent this card in 10 times, it'd come back a 10 5 times and a 9 5 times. Of course, it'd take about, 7 years to complete that experiment by the time you snap it, wait for the card. Here's a Bowman. Should be at least an 8.5. An 8. These are typically graded tough. So I had this pegged higher just because if you look at it this way, it does have good centering from left to right and top to bottom. It does have a little white, but it's not like you're trying for a 10. So, yeah, I think this definitely fits the mold of a 9. So I'll have to see. This is probably worth a snap out, but I mean, the way grading is and it's so expensive to grade now, it's probably not even worth it at this point. 2000 Bowman Brady. We saw one. Here's the second one. So I thought these both were like 7, 5, 8 range. So I think these are fair grades. There's just a lot of white action going on this pup. So But I think the 8s are approaching 1,500, 2,000 maybe. I'll post some prices at the bottom. People like to see that. SPX Breeze. Let's see what this one was. This must have been a snapper. I'm almost positive this was snapped from a Beckett, although the sheet doesn't say it. But I had this marked as a 9.5 to 10, so I thought it had a good chance at a 10, and it did get a 10. So this is a card that I think is definitely worthy of a 10. So the SPX Gold Breeze, the pop's probably fairly low on this card. It's pretty sensitive, but they're gonna add 1 to the pop with that one. All right, thicker card, Durant signature shots. This one could get ratty. There's probably going to be a few head scratcher grades in this order. 8.5 to 9 is what I had on the sheet. So this one got an 8. I thought it was a clean card for being this thick. It's got a little white on the back. You know, if you got the auto graded, the auto would probably get like a 8 or a 7, I think, because it's so off center and it's almost getting covered up by that flap. So the signature shots, Durant, I'll hold it like this and getting glare, but gets an 8. Put this one aside. Breeze Finest is in this order. Breeze Finest gets a 10. This was marked as a 9.5 to 10, I think. So this was most likely snapped from Beckett, from a Beckett 9.5, and sent over to PSA. You know, back when it was $22 a card, it just makes total sense to do that. 7.5 for this Jordan, got an 8, so that's pretty much on par with what I thought the card was. The 87 Fleer, and these have cooled off for sure, but this is, you know, a decent example. It's not perfectly centered, but it is an 8. So the Jordan in an 8. Ultimate Calvin Johnson. I was thinking 9, and it got a 9. That's printed to 99 on that one. So, you know, I think the grades have been pretty fair. A couple. Of course, the LeBron Fleer I think is overgraded, and I think that LeBron Bowman's undergraded. But then again, it's just my opinion. I'm just like the grader. I just have an opinion on the condition. Derrick Henry. It's the Optic Gold. This is sick. I forgot this was in here. I had this marked as a 9. I think it's a little off center. This probably, yeah, the back center is pretty rough too. So yeah, I think that's more than fair to have this as a 9. So that's the Optic Gold to 10, right? Yeah, 10. That's sick. Next, Brady Absolute. I think this card's gone up a lot. I don't know. Not sure the current value, but I thought this was an 8. It got a 7, so you know, it is kind of rough on the back there. So yeah, I could definitely see this as a 7 or an 8. The Absolute, 3,000 print, and these are tough to find, you know, in condition even higher than an 8. Future Watch Vic, gotta have one of these in most videos. 8.5 to 9. I'm shocked. It's tough to get a good grade on these thick cards, so they must have maybe missed something that I saw on this card, but they gave this a 10. So 243 of 250. It is, you know, kind of the weakest patch you can get. Just got a little that's like a sliver going into the red there. But Future Watch Vic in a 10. That's sick. Eli 2014 Topps Chrome Black. I was thinking 8.5. It got an 8. It's probably fair, you know. It is centered nicely. It's probably something with the surface that you can't see when the card's in the holder. That's why there's no way you could ever be able to properly do a crossover. You can't tilt and see the surface. So that whole thing is just I don't know. Every time I talk about that, I just start laughing. SPX Roth. I don't have a grade for this. They are harsh on these. This is a really good copy. This was probably like a Beckett 9, but it got an 8. So yeah, it's a really clean one. I think that deserves an 8.5 at least. So SPX Roth 375 print. SP Authentic Breeze coming up. It's 8.5 snap, so it'll probably be an 8. Came back at 10. So an 8.5 snap, it means I think the card is higher than an 8.5. If that makes sense. Like if it says 8.5 snap, it means like on the very, very low end, if it's graded extremely harshly, it should at least get an 8.5. That's kind of what that means. So this is one I thought was definitely like a 9, but they grade these tough. So I mean, it's tough to tell. So future watch, so 2 10s on the future watches, which is very shocking. Doing this long, and you just don't see that happen. 98 Bowman's best. I was thinking 8 on this one. I don't know what it was, but there's something going on with this card. So an 8's fair. The Peyton Manning, that's the Group B, so I think there's a 7A with a different photo. So that one got an 8. Here's some hockey. Kel McCarr. Let's see what this is. 9. That's fair. Future watch auto. Not sure the current value on this one, but I'm probably not going to collect him, so I'll put this one in the store and pop it over on my slabs. Typically, items that I sell that are over $200 to $300, I'll put on eBay and my slabs, so you can check out that too. Maybe I'll post a little link to my slabs in this video just to get some more people over there looking. 2007 Bowman Chrome Orange. So I had this one rated really low as a 7. So I thought 7. I don't know what it was. There's something weird going on with it that I just thought really took away from the card. They think 8, so 7 to 8 range for this Peterson. But that is the orange Bowman Chrome Orange refractor auto. That's sick. Crazy shine too on that puppy. Justin Jefferson card. This one must have snuck in. This was like, I think it's a certified. Yeah, I think I was thinking 9.5 or something. But of course they don't have the 9.5 grade, which is fine with me. I think it's way too late in the game for them to change their standard and just keep everything the way it is. It is simple, but for them I think it's too late to change it, and I think their system is fine as long as they're grading fairly. So TLH to 15, Justin Jefferson, nice patch. That gets a 9. AJ Dillon, he's been playing pretty good. He is a running back, so he's probably about done, about ready to retire. But this gold was cheap, so I picked it up last year. I don't remember the price. I think it was like $150 or something. It is off a little top to bottom, so I definitely understand it as a 9. So that's the Prism Gold, though. I mean, I don't know that the long-term potential of this card is probably not that high, but probably something I won't keep either. Contenders, Rivers, these are tough. I had this marked as an 8. I just saw some corner issues. I probably picked it up raw, and I was just trying to salvage an 8. And, maybe if you get a good grader, a nice grader, not a good one necessarily, they would give it an 8.5 or a 9. But print, I think the print on this is 556, but you'll have to check my work on that. What do we got? Contenders, ticket, Derrick Henry. This is the championship. I don't remember. It's 7.5, so this one got brutalized. I don't have a grade for it, though, so I don't know. But I don't think I was thinking this. I don't think I would have sent it in if I thought it was a 7.5. But just a tough spin. I don't really see anything. I'll have to look closer at that one, but I don't really understand the 7.5 on that at all. I could see if it's like there's a ding or something weird going on, but I don't see it. Looks like a 9 to me. SPX Calvin. This is the gold 8.5 snap. So it gets the 8. So will I snap it still? Even if I had it on the sheet, I don't know. It's just kind of on the sheet as a reference point. But 8.5 snap, so I definitely thought this was clean. 8.5 to 9 range. That's the Spectrum to 25. We've got Prestige coming up. Prestige Brady. Where's this at? I don't know. 8? I was thinking 8. Something with the surface with these. There's a little white there in the corner, but there's it's always weird with these surfaces when you look closer at them. But Prestige Brady and an 8. So, if you ever see a 10 in this card, it's tough to come by. Spa Moss. Gotta have a Spa Moss in every video. I was thinking 8. 8. That's fair. Let's check the back. It's probably some stuff going on with the back. The back looks pretty good, but I think the surface, which you can't see inside the slab, these typically have little lines right there. So an 8 on the Future Watch Moss, probably $500-$600 card at this point. They've definitely cooled off, much like a lot of cards in the market. Close out the order with Donruss Brady. Donruss Brady, 7 to 8. So I think it's a 7 or an 8. 7. Definitely off-centered badly. Some white on the corners. Check the back. Yeah, that looks like about a 7, maybe a 7.5. So Brady Donruss, tough set, but it is nice to have it slabbed. Don't have to sell it raw and deal with people sending it back. But that's it, guys. I thought the order was great. A couple grades I wasn't so sure about. There's a few that got graded up, I think, too. So I guess when it all shakes out, it was probably pretty even. But that's it. I'm out. Take care.